24?
Yeah, the tiny works for me.
Oh yeah, okay, beautiful. So if I gave you this kind of a problem on a test, I would have a computer-generated picture. Because number one, you don't want to depend on my picture, and number two, you might not want to depend on your own picture, right? So I've done that in the past, where I have something like a trough or something that's in the trapezoidal shape I like a lot. I would give it to you so you can just label it and use it. It makes it a little bit easier to do this stuff. So trough is 10 feet long, and its ends have the shapes of isosceles triangles. This I can do. It's just my Toblerone that fell. Oh, that's horrible. There you go, Jeff. Connect. All right, it's a little kinky. Don't judge. It's 10 feet long. So it's 10 feet long. And what do they tell me about the triangle? Blah, 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 blah. 3 feet across at the top and have a height of 1 foot. So it's 3 feet across at the top, height of 1 foot. If the trough is being filled with water at a rate of 12 cubic feet per minute, how fast is the water level rising? Okay, blah, 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 blah. So 12 cubic feet per minute, of course, is dVdt, and then they're asking me for how fast is the water level rising when the water is 6 inches deep. So depending, so what do I need to give myself on the picture before I can write that?
Water.
I like it. Give myself some water, some H2O. And then you identify, and the water, of course, it's increasing. I'm putting the water in, right? Blah, blah, it's been filled. Okay, it's being filled. So it's increasing. I don't have to know that now, but I know that's positive. So what are you going to call this? That's insane. And what are you going to call, what else do I need to know?
Radius?
Well, not really a radius, but just the base length, right? Half the height times the base. What was it? There it is, half height base, half height base, half height. So I need to know what that is in general, right? So this should feel very familiar. So what is the volume of, and this is always 10, that's beautiful. That's awesome. Because this is flat, thankfully. This doesn't have, that would be neat to make this kind of have a lean to it. But no, they didn't, thank God. What's the volume of this? It's going to be 10 times the area of the base. And in general, what's the area of the base of water here? 1/2 BH. And that's going to be the volume of this, of water in this trough. So it took me a while to draw. So I would give you the drawing. You just have to label the drawing and then use it to give a function to work with. What's kind of wrong with this function? How can I write this better? This would be V of B and H. T is your implicit variable. It's behind the scenes. That's why it only pops out when I do the implicit differentiation. So what do I want to do first here? Yeah, and this should be a very familiar situation we're in here, right? What can I set up to get a relationship between those? 3 over... Yeah, it doesn't matter. 3 big to small equals big to small. Personally, that's the way I kind of always do it. Or if you do base to height equals base to height, it would be the same damn thing mathematically, right? So math doesn't do a shit. What is it, the question there? Now that I've given myself variables, what's the question they're asking me in symbols? Good. They're asking how deep, right? How quickly is the water level, right, changing? So it's asking for dH dt. So what variable do I want to get rid of? I want to get rid of B, which means what do I want to solve this for? No! B. I want to get rid of B. So I want to replace B with something. We're the aliens here. We're trying to replace people. I'm sorry, I watched too many horror movies. 3H equals B. So now instead of B, I can put 3H. I like it. So now the volume as a function of height only is 5 times 3h times h, so 15h squared. Is it cool? Just put a 3h there and then simplify. Please, dear God, don't leave it as like 3h times 5h or something crazy, and then do product rule. Don't do that to yourself. Simplify and then do derivatives, right? Especially when you see Jeff with a natural log or something, a log, you're like, wait a second. Can I take something down? Can I split it up? Please, dear God, do that for yourself. And then you can do dv dt, plug that in, figure out what the h dt is, right? Now the rest is easy. What's dv dt? 30h dh dt. So I do need to know what h is, right? At, what did they tell me?
6 inches.
Oh, they told me. Oh, good. That's nice of them. When the water is 6 inches deep. Yeah. So h is 6. They just told me I don't have to figure it out. H is 6. Plug it in.
Everything that you know the math off of was based off feet.
Off of who?
It's based off feet. So when you plug in 6, that's 6 inches.
Is it 6 inches?
Yeah.
Where'd he go? 6 inches. All right. So what's 6 inches?
0.5.
Good. 0.5 feet. I like it. So that's not. I didn't think they would do that, but they did. So if I don't normally do that because it's just kind of petty. But if they don't give you the same units, you obviously they've done it before with hours and minutes. That's a normal one. That's done. It kind of makes sense. Here they didn't have to do that, but they did. So if you don't have the same units, then the math won't work. It's a good catch. Thank you. I have a few minutes.
What's that again? 37 to 37?
Yes. So 311 is still due. You just don't have to do it by tomorrow. By the next test.
Wait, you mean 3-5?
Yeah, 3-5, not 37.
No. 3-5. 3-5. That's why your 3-4 is going back because 3-4 is the last test. So 3-5 up to me what was important is where we ended. 3-5 to 3-10. 3-11 will be in the next test.
3-5 to 3-10.
It will be on this test tomorrow. That homework is due tomorrow. Am I sure?
Have you made the test yet?
Sort of.
Mix it down.
I just have to Frankenstein it from the last several years.
Mix it down. Any special tips?
I mean, I've been teaching for 18 years now. Holy shit. Well, it will be 18 this fall. So I got 18 years worth of, I got several years worth of tests to call from. Sometimes I'll make a brand new problem, but yeah. I hate test banks. I never use freaking test banks. Some teachers just use it. A test bank is something you can go online to the published site and just say, I want 20 questions of this level, and they'll make the test for you, and then it'll be printed out. It's like, that's crap. That's bullshit. I want to have a connection to my test, right?
You made your own test bank.
Yeah, I make my own problems up. That's why sometimes they get really freaky. One year I wasn't too careful, and I had my train going like 9,000 miles an hour. It's like, oops. I try to be careful because it's a little evil. You would hope you would check that when you're doing a word problem. Well, that can't be right. Well, shit, it is. All right, cool. So tomorrow, we'll do this thing. I'll be in my office at, actually, I'll probably be in there about 11 or so. Bye.